G'day guys, Disney Dave coming at you once again from Down Under. Today we are doing another Blu-ray unboxing review sort of video. We're taking a look at the two newest releases from the Disney Movie Club. For those of you who don't know, or especially my Australian audience who might not know, the Disney Movie Club is basically a fan club you can join up for if you are a resident of North America or well, basically the United States or Canada, and you can join up, and basically I think you're obligated to purchase a certain amount of titles over the course of your membership. You get really good deals on the discs. They have a lot of exclusive titles that you can't buy anywhere else apart from outside of the club. So it's a very cool thing, and if I lived in America I would absolutely be part of the movie club because there's so many cool exclusive things on the club that I'd be buying everything on there. Unfortunately I'm in Australia, so thanks to the wonders of the internet and message boards and forums and all that kind of stuff, I've been lucky to find a guy who basically works as my middleman. He's a member of the club and will get the titles for me that I want. Every time that he goes to put in a big order, he says, "Are there any titles you want?" I say, "Yes please, get me these two." I'll pay him for them. Probably a little bit of a markup for him, but usually I pay 20 bucks US for these titles, which is about $24 Australian, and I'm absolutely happy with that because as I've said in videos past, I import all my Disney discs from America, usually on Amazon, the standard releases, and I'm paying 24 bucks Australian, 20 bucks US for those titles anyway, so it doesn't really bother me at all. These are two animated titles we're going to have a look at. I better tell you what they are. We're looking at Pocahontas and Mulan. These are re-releases, so what Disney is basically doing is they've pretty much got to the end of their canon or their back catalogue of releases, bar 5 films. Don't get me started on that. Disney, release those last 5 films, please. Do it, make it happen. But what they're doing now is they're starting to re-release a lot of their old titles, and we'll get into why these two have been re-released when we go and have a closer look in a moment. Now what they usually do in the Disney Movie Club is if there are two exclusive, or if there are exclusive animated releases, they're not entirely exclusive. Basically they're first release exclusive, which means basically the members of the club have the option of purchasing the titles 2 to 3 months before they go on general retail. So they do eventually become available on Amazon or in the shops in America. But these titles and the last release, which was the 2 Aladdin sequels, seemingly there is no information about them going on general retail, so people are thinking, well, maybe these are exclusives and there's not going to be any other way apart from being in the club or finding a middleman or going on eBay and getting the titles. eBay is a breeding ground for scalpers, and this particular range of items, these exclusives from the Disney Movie Club, scalpers are rife on this. I mean, this is a huge market for scalpers. You go on there, you could pick up one of these for 80 bucks. You know, people are just absolutely scalping these things. Luckily, I've found a middleman who's who's happy to give them to me for 20 bucks. That's all I can say. So if you're looking to do something like that, that might be your best way to go, especially in Australia. I will say off the bat, these two films are available in Australia, albeit in a different iteration, a different version release, and we will go over that in a moment. We're just going to cover all the grounds here for my Australian audience and for the American audience who want to just check out an unboxing of these two new titles. Okay, so I think I've covered everything. We are, of course, these have been released before, both in Australia, the United States, and in the UK. These are two versions. Now the difference, we'll get into that in a moment, as I said, when we go over there, but these are previous releases. This one was a 2012 release, this is a 2013 release, and now they're re-releasing them. So as I said, even before they finished releasing every one of their titles, they're re-releasing everything, and I believe Alice in Wonderland and Dumbo are the next two titles which are going to face this fate. And because I am a sucker for slipcovers and different releases and stuff, unfortunately I'm going to end up buying them again. So that's that covered, I think, and we're going to take all of these we're going to do a very quick unboxing of these two and a little comparison between the prior US releases. And we'll again talk about the Australian and the UK releases while we're over there as well. Cover all grounds for everybody. This is all inclusive. Okay, everybody, over to the table. Alright, here we go. These are the two titles that we are taking a look at today. They are, of course, once again, Pocahontas and Mulan. These are the new releases of these titles. These have been available in the US, once again, as two movie collections for quite some time. Now, basically what is happening is they are going back and they are releasing certain titles from their back catalogue for one reason and one reason only: digital HD. So if we get a close look at this, if I can focus that, digital HD. Alright then. So basically this is giving people a chance to purchase these movies and get a digital copy of them for the very first time. If you notice, the original releases of them do not have a digital copy with them. So this is a good option for those people. And also, these films, the original releases, you'll note, have both the main film and the straight to, at the time, DVD or VHS sequel. Pocahontas comes with A Journey to a New World, and Mulan comes with Mulan 2. These new releases strip the sequel completely from the packaging, completely from the package, basically. So I have seen on message boards and stuff, there were people waiting around who didn't want to buy the they are, well, quite frankly, pretty awful straight to DVD sequels, and they were waiting out for individual releases, and congratulations to them, they're finally available. As I said, this one here was released in 2012, and this one here was released in 2013. Now, the only market in the world that these have been available in standard single standalone film packages like this before these two were the UK. In 2014 they reissued them as part of their special edition O-ring packaging Disney Classics line. Covers are very similar to these, but they're once again different releases, and they strip the sequels from those packagings. But this is the first release of individual films in the United States. The Australian market only have these versions, albeit not with the slipcovers, so basically they look more just like that. If you buy them in Australia, same artwork and everything. I think that's covered all the bases. So there's your cover. We have got slipcovers for these two releases. I believe from the message boards I've been following, these have been shipping with slipcovers. They've been available for about a month now, and they're still shipping with slipcovers, so they're still available. There must be quite a decent amount of slipcovers available for them. As per usual on these Disney releases, these are completely embossed. There have been a few releases lately that have not been embossed, which has been very odd, but it's nice to see that they are going with the embossed look for these two titles. The Aladdin sequels actually were two titles that did not come with any embossing on them for some very strange reason. Now, these the original releases to me were better value for money. I mean, you buy two, moving this way, you buy one packet, you buy one disc rather, one set for $20 US, and you get both films. Whether you like the sequel or not, doesn't matter. You're still getting more value for money, because then you're paying practically, I think, the going price for members is $25 American for these two titles. I was lucky enough to score them for a little bit cheaper than that. Okay, so we're going to turn them around. This is the back of the slipcovers. We've got bonus features here, bonus features there, and what we will notice if we slide these down, or maybe slide them up and then slide these across, covers are quite different. I can zoom out on that. Back covers are actually quite different. But the one thing we will note is that the special features are exactly the same. So there is no difference with these new releases than the old ones, apart from the fact that there is no sequel and you get a digital HD copy with them. So there you go. Once again, I reckon more value for money on the original releases, unless you are diehard for the digital HD copies. I said to the person who I bought them from, keep the digital copy because I don't need it. I won't be able to redeem it in Australia, so they took the digital codes from the discs and they benefited from that as well. So the one thing to note is Pocahontas, the original release of this, came with digital, what was it called? I might say it on the back here. It came what was called the Disney, I can't see it on there. But I know it definitely had, it was called the Disney Virtual Vault or something like that, Digital Vault or something, and basically it was classic features ported over from the original DVD, but you had to access them through an internet connection. So they're not on the disc, you could only access them via an internet connection to your Blu-ray player, which was just ridiculous. And for someone who's in Australia, I always tried to stream the content and no, sorry, you are in the wrong region to view this content. But anyway, apart from that, they realised after a couple of years of doing this virtual vault thing, or whatever it's called, no one was using it. I mean, no one was using this feature. There were all these bonus features on there and it just absolutely failed, and they went, you know what, let's just cancel it, let's get rid of it, and they got rid of it. So the features that those in America who could access these features to begin with, The Lion King is another title that did this, those features are non-accessible anymore. They were only available via streaming through the disc, and now you can't access them at all because they decided to cancel this streaming service thing. Absolutely ridiculous. And I was hoping that with these new releases that they would actually do the right thing and put those bonus features on the disc properly this time. Looking at the back covers here and judging by what I've read online, they have not done that. They have gone with the exact same menu, they've gone with the exact same film transfer, exactly the same, they've stripped off the sequel and they've got rid of that virtual vault thing, and those features aren't even on the disc, whether it be streamed or on there properly. Anyway, that's just a little bit of a rant for me. Once again, here are the two new individual releases. The most annoying thing for me though is that they're re-releasing all these titles, like I said, before they have even finished releasing every single one of their catalogue titles. But that's beyond the point here. The slipcovers here, they're really beautiful. As I said, I'm a sucker for slipcovers and I absolutely love these. As per usual, the artwork underneath the slip is exactly the same as the slip itself. There you go. And the backs are exactly the same as the slip as well. Okay. So we take this. I actually like these covers. Don't get them in Australia. There's your discs, your DVD, and your Blu-ray. And of course, if you buy this brand new, you will have the digital code in there as well. So there's that, and if we take a look at, again, the original release, the discs are actually quite different. It's a different DVD, and the Blu-ray is obviously different as well, because it doesn't have the sequel on there. So Mulan. Slide Mulan over here, open her up. This one doesn't come with a DVD, it just comes with the Blu-ray. I don't know why they've done that. I mean, nothing like consistency, Disney. Really, they're just all over the place with this kind of stuff. It boggles my mind why they are just so inconsistent sometimes. And again, different disc. And the original one actually did come with a DVD. So there you go, again, inconsistency all around, which is very, very odd. Again, I don't know why they do some of these things. But there you go. So once again, I think I've covered absolutely everything with them. I will stress the point that these are exactly the same transfer, video and audio transfer, as these two original releases. Exactly the same transfer. So really the only reason you would go and you would purchase these two is if you want the digital copy, or if you missed out on the first run prints of the original discs, or you missed out on the original discs with slipcovers, or you know, you just wanted the film separate and not with the digital, with the straight to DVD sequel on there as well. But that's them anyway. The Pocahontas and Mulan Disney Movie Club exclusives. At the time of posting this, they are absolute exclusives. There's no information on a general retail release on these two titles. Once again, you can buy these two titles in the UK individually, like this. Again, different packaging. If you are in Australia, head down to your shop. You can buy the two movie packets, the two movie collections. Again, different packaging though. The art is the same, but it doesn't have the slipcover. So only two markets you can get individual films are US exclusively through the Disney Movie Club, or the UK as a general release, basically in the Classics collection with the O-ring packaging. And I think that covers just about everything there. Okay, so Pocahontas, Mulan, you're coming with me. We're going over to the couch for... Okay, so wrapping it up, these two titles, Pocahontas and Mulan, Disney Movie Club exclusives. As I mentioned over there, the transfers on these are exactly the same as the transfers on the original releases. I will add on to that the transfers are exactly the same worldwide, no matter what version you get. And they are absolutely beautiful transfers, especially Pocahontas. I used to hate this film, but I love it so much now. I will go into that in detail on another video, I'm sure. But this looks absolutely beautiful on Blu-ray, especially the Colours of the Wind sequence is absolutely gorgeous. I reckon just about the best sequence I've seen on a Disney Blu-ray. Absolutely, well, or up there with the best sequences on a Disney Blu-ray. So get your hands on whatever copy you can. It's readily available most places around the world. Just depends on what version you can get your hands on. That is the end of this video for today. And as always, hit subscribe, head over to Facebook and give me a like, and keep up to date with all my videos and postings and all that kind of stuff. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what you see, subscribe, like the Facebook, and keep up to date, and you'll keep me energized in doing these videos for you guys. So until the next video, I will see you later, and have a magical day.